Hello and welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to be riding through Jeffersontown, which is a neighborhood in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm going under this overpass now that says Jeffersontown. And I'm riding the Honda Navi, because I've done a number of videos where I go through parts of the town on e-bikes, and although there are bike lanes alongside the road here, I don't quite know that I would feel super safe getting all the way out here and riding these all the way down. But I'm going down Taylorsville Road through the Jeffersontown area, which is also called the Gaslight District. There's the Historic Gaslight Square District sign that goes over the road. And the Honda Navi now has over 450 miles, so I put a number of miles on it. Continue to get this bad boy broken in. And I guess I need to get over the bag. Let's see. So go through here, and then over on the left is a Rec Bar, which is a barcade. I know I've done a video where I went through Indiana, and they have one over there as well, but that was the first one over here on Taylorsville Road in J-Town. So I figure I'd ride through here, because this is an area that, you know, I've gone to the Gaslight Festival that they have out here a few times. I've gone to a number of these different restaurants, but I haven't spent a whole ton of time out here exploring. And I figure taking the Honda Navi out would be a good exercise for that. I'm also just always scoping out areas that will be fun to ride through, especially if you have anybody else, if I can find anybody else to go. But this is Taylorsville Road, so I'll probably turn around here at some point in a second. I'm not sure where all this goes. But yeah, this is the Jeffersontown area. So it kind of has the feeling of a smaller town without actually being all that far out. Because, you know, you're just a handful of minutes away from Louisville Metro proper. And then this is the Gaslight District sign on the other side as you're exiting. So I figured I'll probably turn around and go back down through the, I guess, the downtown Jeffersontown area where there's more of the restaurants and historic looking buildings, because these are all just more you know, neighborhoods, and there's a lot of churches. There's a funeral home over to the right. Maybe I'll turn around here in a second and go back through where the restaurants and buildings are. And this is an example of where there are bike lanes for part of this area, but not throughout. So if you're when you ride bicycles, this is part of Louisville where, and this is pretty common, it'll have bike lanes that go through an area pretty decently and then just kind of end, straightening you out into a relatively large road where people tend to do more than just, you know, 25 miles per hour. Alright, so I'm going to go back. There's a lot of traffic, and this is not the quickest bike, so I wouldn't necessarily jump out into traffic on this one expecting to zoom through like somebody might on a sport bike. Yeah, so now we're going back under, another light. But that's the Historic Gaslight Square District sign on the other side. Alright, so we're moving again, and it's actually a pretty warm day. So, it feels very nice to be able to move and not be stuck sitting in traffic. So, too, if you're wondering the helmet that I'm wearing, so this is actually a Ruroc snowboarding helmet. I think it's a RG1DX. So not necessarily an actual motorcycle helmet. I've ordered an actual motorcycle helmet that hasn't come in yet. It's, you know, actually DOT approved and everything. So I've just been wearing this one in the meantime, because I figure a helmet is better than no helmet. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend wearing one of these, if you're buying one of these specifically to ride bikes. Alright, guess I can go through here. Yeah, this is more of the area that kind of gives you the feeling of, you know, like a small town. Because a lot of Kentucky, outside of, you know, the larger cities, you know, larger for Kentucky, not comparable to, you know, Chicago or whatever, but, you know, once you get outside of a lot of the cities, this is kind of the type of areas you'll see. And this area actually has a little bit slower speed limit. It's got a speed limit of 25 through here. Although I doubt people like to go that speed. And honestly, they have the Gaslight Festival out here occasionally, or I think it's been annually, which is where they'll have, so I can turn around here, but they have, you know, like music and vendors and arts and crafts and drinks and stuff like that. I haven't been in a while. There's a pedestrian path. Might have to come back out to one of those sometime soon. Alright, I'm gonna turn around. I know gravel's not the best. Alright, there's nobody coming. Yeah, but the Honda Navi for kind of cruising through areas like this is very fun. I mean, some of the roads on the way to get out here have a speed limit of 45, which, you know, this bike can technically do. It's just not going to exceed that by any wide margin. And two, again, today I'm shooting with just one camera. I'm using the GoPro Hero Max, which is a 360 camera. And that way I just have a little handlebar mount that's got, you know, like articulating ball mount head that I have the GoPro on. I can have it pointing back at me and then also getting the view facing out. So I don't have to have a camera hanging off my helmet. And it makes it a little bit simpler on the amount of equipment that I have to take. It doesn't get as many looks because it's not as obvious that I have a camera. It does end up being probably more work on the edit though. Because with the 360 camera, you know, it gets a 360-degree image all around. So I basically go through the footage and keyframe it all up where it's pointing forward. And then I export that, and I go back in, erase the keyframes, and then redo them all so that it's pointing backwards at me, and export that. And then I do, if there's anything that was super interesting on either the left or the right side, then I go back in and export that as well. And then I just lay them all in the timeline and cut between the footage that I want to use. So, it takes a little bit more work actually on the front end to do all that. Than just having a GoPro where I just have, you know, the unedited clip from it, where at most I can just trim out if there's too much going on. This way I actually have to go through and keyframe up all the footage and then export it, and then cut between it in the edit. So I'm basically watching the same clips multiple times. Let's see. So I'm not sure how much more stuff is down through here. There is some cool architecture style in some of these buildings. And I don't know, I don't know if anyone have any interest in watching the actual 360 version of this, where you can rotate the camera yourself. I'm going to turn around. Yeah, the Navi, I think, is a really good option to ride around places like this, where you have speed limits 35, 25. Now, like I said, some of the roads getting here have a speed limit of 45, so... But luckily, it's multi-lane roads where it's not that difficult to just stay in the right lane, and people can pass you if they want. As opposed to, I guess I'll go down through here and turn around. Instead of being, holding up traffic. But yeah, so I'm using the GoPro Max. I've done 2 videos this way, where I just have the GoPro, and then 2 to get the audio. I have, I don't know if you can see, clipped in my helmet here. I have the DJI wireless mic kit, where it has 2 wireless mics and a receiver, and they have a charging case you put them in, kind of similar to a AirPods. And so that's good for you want to get wireless audio of 2 different people. But both of the transmitters that have the microphones, they both also have built-in recording. So you can just record to the internal storage and then just plug it into your computer and grab the files off. So I just clip that inside my helmet. And then once I get back, drop the audio in. And then at the start of every video, when I record, I'll just clap loudly and say 1, 2, 3, or honk the horn or something. So on the audio meters for both the GoPro and the mic, I can see a big spike and I can line it up and then just use the audio from the recorder instead of the GoPro, because it just has a ton of wind noise. So that's how I get the audio and video for this. And I know some people will have like lavalier mics ran through their helmet, so that they can just connect it directly into the GoPro. And I just haven't done that because I switch between helmets so often. Like I said, I have the actual DOT approved motorcycle helmet coming in, that I might do something like that with that helmet. With all these other helmets I kind of swap between, I don't think I need to do that. But it seems like the audio is good enough for the most part. I mean, sometimes I'll get a little bit of wind noise, because it has like a wind muff on it, but it still gets some of the wind going under the helmet, as opposed to if it was ran completely inside the helmet and covered, you wouldn't have that concern. So much time spent at red lights. But yeah, so I want to ride back through here. I saw where there was, because I've been to the Gaslight Festival. It's been so long, I kind of forgot where different things were. I'm pretty sure there's the area that's usually like the concert venue over here. This is off of Waterson Trail. And this does not say anything about not turning right on red, so I can go through. Yeah, so this is going through the Historic Gaslight District of Jeffersontown, or J-Town. There's a lot of kind of cool older style buildings. Let's see. So I'm pretty sure this is where I've come through before. So this is like a little picnic area right now. They even have an electric car charging station, which is pretty cool. Yeah, they I guess you can use, there's picnic tables through here. And it's a farmer's market on Saturdays. So I'll just ride back through here. Oh. Might turn around and go back the other way. But yeah, so this has been the Gaslight District of Jeffersontown. Like I said, I've gone through a number of parts of Louisville. You know, places that I've been out to before. I just hadn't gone through on a bike because I think it'd be kind of dangerous on a, you know, electric bike. But on a motorcycle or the mini moto, whatever you classify the Navi as, I think it's a little bit safer. Makes more sense. Let's see, I'll turn around in here. It's kind of an old school church and cemetery over here. It's a pretty windy day. There's just different restaurants and buildings down here. Like I said, they have bike lanes out here. It's just I'm not sure how much I'd want to use those. And this building over here that's now vacant used to be Royal's Chicken, which is like a hot chicken place. They still have a few locations open, but sad when that one closed. But yeah, so that was going through the Gaslight District area of Jeffersontown, which is a neighborhood outside of Louisville or in Louisville. It's on the Honda Navi. I'm just crossing 460 miles. Now I'm exiting under the Gaslight District sign, so now I'm leaving that area. But yeah, so that was a ride on the Honda Navi going through Jeffersontown and Louisville, Kentucky. Recording on the GoPro Hero Max 360 camera. But yeah, so that'll wrap up this ride. Until next time.